Hello, 5th grade. Today we will be reading chapters 30 through 32 in Where the Mountain Meets the Moon. So let's go ahead and open up our books to page 167. We left off with Dragon fighting off the green tiger to protect Minli, but he got scratched, and the scratch isn't healing, even though dragons are supposed to heal really quickly. So Minli went searching for help. Chapter 30. Minli's feet pounded against the rocky ground, fighting the uneven earth as she climbed upward. It was difficult. The wind-carved rocks and boulders seemed to grow from the ground like trees, confusing her way and disrupting her balance. Minli was so intent on her movement that she almost didn't notice a low growl, but she halted as soon as she heard it. The tiger! She could see the tip of its green tail ahead over one of the large misshapen rocks. Quietly, she grabbed a sharp-looking stone from the ground and crept forward. There it was, in a clearing of flat stone. The evil animal was pacing back and forth as if it were waiting. Minli tightened her grip on the stone. Then she gasped. A plump little girl dressed in brilliant red was running toward the tiger. Before Minli could scream a warning, someone from behind her pulled her down and covered her mouth. "Shh," the voice said, and Minli looked into the eyes of a small boy who seemed to be the same age as the girl. Underneath a gray blanket he was using like a cape, she could see flashes of quilted red clothing that matched the girl's. His face was round and pink, as if it were more used to laughing than the serious frown it wore now. She nodded at his panicked gestures to keep quiet. "Oh, great green tiger!" The little girl threw herself on the ground in a trembling kowtow before the beast. "Powerful spirit of the magistrate, my worthless ancestors angered. My brother and I were sent to you as the sacrifice you demanded." The tiger roared furiously, and the girl cowered. "I'm sorry," the girl said, her voice quivering. "My brother and I were both sent to you, but on the way here, another monstrous beast attacked us. He took my brother, and so there is only me." The tiger made an outraged sound. "Yes, another beast," the girl said. "That is what happened." The story the girl told the green tiger.
Your message to the family caused an uproar. There was a great wailing and crying as Agong, our grandfather, told us that you demanded 2 children every month to be sacrificed to you. It was payment for the insult our ancestors caused you, he said, and if we paid, you would leave the rest of the family in peace. It was a high price, but we knew, with your immense power and strength, we could not disobey. So my brother and I chose to be the first 2 children. As the family wept, my brother and I left our home to go to you. But as we made our way to meet you, an evil beast jumped from the rocks. He looked like you, only not as strong or as mighty, of course, and he was dark, the color of a night shadow. He roared at us, but as we trembled to the ground, I cried out, "Do not eat us, beast! We belong to the great green tiger!" And the beast stopped his roar at my words. "Green tiger," he growled. "Yes," I said, "we are sacrifices for the great green tiger. We are not for you. If you attack us, you will make the mighty green tiger angry, and he will destroy you." "Destroy me? Ha ha," the beast laughed. "The great green tiger is an old weakling." "No," my brother protested. "The great green tiger is the most powerful beast of all. None can defy him." The beast laughed again. "A paper pig is more mighty than the green tiger. I will take you, but leave the other for him, pathetic dog that he is." And with that, the girl said, he took my brother and dragged him to his cave. The girl burst into sobs. As Minli stole a glance at the boy looked a bit sheepish, but again put his finger to his lips for quiet. The tiger growled with impatience. As he disappeared, he said, the girl swallowed nervously at the green tiger's furious face. "Tell the green tiger that his son, the king, left you out of pity for his poor, feeble father." With those words, the green tiger roared with such rage that even the stones seemed to shudder. Minli quaked, and the boy held her arm even tighter. "I can show you his den where he dragged my brother," the girl quivered. The tiger nodded, and the girl with narrowed eyes at the girl with narrowed eyes, seething with fury. Shaking, the girl got up and began to lead the tiger away from the clearing. Minli, with the boy beckoning, silently followed. Chapter 31. Minli and the boy followed from a distance, past sharp rocks and jutting boulders. The girl finally stopped in another clearing. It was only when Minley and the boy pressed up behind one of the rocks that she realized it was once a stone carving, and the clearing was the ruin of an abandoned house, now mostly worn away by the wind. "Here," the girl said, "the beast dragged my brother into that cave." She pointed to a strange hole in the ground. Milly scarcely recognized it as a large abandoned well. The rocks around the opening were rough and cracked, and a ripped piece of red fabric lay torn on one of the sharp stones. Milly looked at the boy and saw his ripped pants. He smirked. "The beast, your son," the girl faltered, "is in there. He also said—" The tiger growled at her to continue. "He said that," and the girl swallowed in fear, "that you would be too much of a coward to confront him." The tiger glowered ferociously, stalked to the edge of the well, and snarled into the darkness. "He's in there," the girl said. "Do you see him?" The deep well was full of shadows, but the dark water caught the reflection of the tiger's menacing eyes and sharp teeth. Full of wrath, the tiger growled at his own reflection, thinking it was a black beast. As the reflection growled back, the tiger gave a furious roar. The roar echoed back. "That's him," the girl said. "He's mocking you." Outraged, the tiger clawed the stone ground and snarled again, even louder and angrier. "How dare he?" the girl said. "He insults you, your own son." The girl's words and his own echoing roar set the green tiger off into a frenzy. The air seemed to be charged with his uncontrollable fury. Every hair on the tiger seemed to jut like sharp spikes, and his teeth and eyes glittered like the cutting edge of a knife. He gave a deafening roar that bellowed, filling the sky with thunder. At its sound, the girl fell to the ground, and Minley and the boy covered their ears. The tiger bared his teeth and claws for an attack, and when the roar echoed back, it overwhelmed him with wild rage. Finally, the green tiger gave one last roar and leapt into the well. The girl, boy, and Minley stood frozen as the air filled with roars and the sound of splashing water. Then, suddenly, the wind carried one last howl into the sky. There was silence. Minley stared in disbelief. The green tiger was gone. Gone. Chapter 32. "We did it! We did it!" the boy and girl laughed as they ran to each other and hugged. They both were younger than Minley. She realized that they were twins. Their round faces, dancing eyes, and pink cheeks were exactly the same. The gray blanket that the boy had used to help hide himself was thrown on the ground, and with their dimpled faces swollen with smiles and their matching bright red clothing, they looked like two rolling berries. Minley couldn't help but smile. And as they laughed and congratulated each other, another voice called in the distance. "Afu! Dafu!" the voice cried. "Where are you?" The children looked at each other. "A gong!" the girl said, and then together they yelled, "Here! We're over here!" A tall, gray-haired man burst into the clearing. A bag was strapped onto his back, and in one hand he held a sword, and in the other a spear. As soon as he saw the children, both weapons clattered to the ground, and they ran into his arms. "Afu! Dafu!" he cried. "We were so worried." "We did it, Agong," the boy said. "We did it. We destroyed the tiger just like we said we would." "Yes," the girl said, "our plan worked. We tricked him into the well just like we said we would." "You were not supposed to do that," the man said, holding them tightly. "We told you it was too dangerous." "That's why we sneaked away," the girl said. "We knew it would work. We used his anger against him just like you said we would. You said he was even angrier at his son, and his anger would blind him. And it did." "I didn't say you should do anything," the man said, kneeling with his hands on both their shoulders. "You were not supposed to go after the green tiger yourselves." "You're not angry, right?" the boy said. "Now no one will have to be scared any more. We can let the animals out of the house and go outdoors again." "Oh, Dafu," the grandfather said, hugging them again even closer. "Afu, as long as you both are safe, that is all that matters." Then the gray-haired man saw Minley watching them. "Ah, who is this?" he said, beckoning Minley closer. Before either child could say a word, Minley rushed up with a hurried bow. "Please," she said, "my friend, the green tiger injured him, and he's hurt, and—" The grandfather quickly pushed the children off of him and stood up. "Hurt by the green tiger?" he said. "Take me to your friend quickly. It is lucky I brought the medicine bag with me. Dafu, get your blanket and give it to this girl. She is cold." The boy ran for his blanket, stopping to pick up the torn fabric from his pants, and brought it to her. Milly wrapped the gray blanket around her. She was grateful for its warmth, but even more grateful that the man wanted to help immediately. How long ago was your friend injured? The man asked as he urged her to lead the way. After Milly told him, he shook his head. We must hurry then, he said. The green tiger is no ordinary beast. His teeth and claws are poison. Without the medicine I have, he will die before seeing the sunset. Milly swallowed hard and quickened her pace. The wind seemed to scream a warning, and even under the layer of Dafu's blanket she felt cold. Would they be too late? Would they be able to save Dragon? And that, fifth grade, is where we are ending today. What do you think is going to happen? Do you think they'll be able to save Dragon, or do you think maybe Dragon will pass away? And what do you think about this family, Afu and Dafu and Agong? They seem very happy, don't they? Do they seem like another family that we've heard about in our book so far? Nice job today, fifth grade.